Hey guys, welcome to another video. Today I'm doing my crown jewel results, so I'm just going to jump right into it. So, I have the matches pulled up, like all the results pulled up on my laptop or Chromebook. So, the first match of the night was, well, it was in the afternoon, so the first match of the afternoon for me was Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley. It lasted 6 minutes and Brock Lesnar won. The next match was Alexa Bliss and Asuka versus Damage Control for the women's tag team titles. I have something to say about this one. Okay. So it lasted 12 minutes and 50 seconds, and Damage Control won. Now, if you guys watched Raw, the week, like the last Raw before Crown Jewel, which was on Halloween night, you would have seen that, Alexa and Asuka won the tag team titles from Damage Control. And they really had Damage Control take the titles back and win them again 5 days later. So what is the point of having them win if they're just going to lose the titles 5 days later? I don't understand. And the fact that Nikki Cross got involved to help them, I mean, I know it's wrestling and, like, anything can happen, but, like I really didn't see the point in having Asuka and Alexa win the titles literally 5 days before if they're just going to lose it in their first title defense. I really don't get that, but whatever, it's fine. It is what it is. I'm not mad that Damage Control won. I'm just, like, so confused. Like, what is the point of having Asuka and Alexa win if they're just going to lose the titles again in their first defense 5 days later? Again, not mad that Damage Control won. I actually like Damage Control and Nikki Cross, but just, I really don't get that. Anyway, so the next match was Drew McIntyre versus Karrion Kross in a steel cage match. Scarlett, man. I love Scarlett and Karrion, but I know it's wrestling, and things like this happen all the time in wrestling, literally every single time. But Scarlett, I love you, girl, but just stop. Stop with that spray. Yeah. Anyway, Scarlett tried to help Karrion Kross win, but she failed miserably. She put pepper spray in Drew McIntyre's eyes, and when Drew McIntyre, because in a steel cage match, if you guys don't know what steel cage matches are, it's a regular match, but it's inside of a steel cage. And the ways you can win are by pinfall or submission, so like a regular match, but you can also exit the cage with both feet hitting the floor. You can also win that way. So as long as you're the first person to exit the steel cage with both feet hitting the floor, you can win that way. So you can either exit the cage like climbing through the top of the steel cage, or you can exit the cage by going out the door. So anyway, Drew McIntyre, Karrion Kross was down and out. Drew McIntyre was getting up, heading to the door, and of course Scarlett pepper sprayed him in the eyes. And then Karrion Kross was on his way at the door. Drew McIntyre came and pulled him back after just getting pepper sprayed. And then Drew McIntyre, Karrion Kross was down and out again. Like, not too long after that, Drew McIntyre was going out the door again. Of course, Scarlett locked the door on Drew. And then Drew looked up at the top of the steel cage, and he was like, shit, I can exit that way. So he started climbing the top of the steel cage while Karrion, at the same time, was trying to get through the door. Now, like I said, Scarlett already had the door locked because Drew was originally going to go through the door. So while Drew was climbing up the steel cage to get out, Karrion Kross was on his way to the door to get out. And Scarlett was, like, rushing, like, unlocking the steel cage door so Karrion can get out. Her own fiance, or is a husband, I don't know, one of it. But I don't know if they're engaged or married or not, I don't know. But anyway, I know they're together, but Scarlett was just rushing, trying to open the door and unlock it to help her man, Karrion Kross, win. She failed, she couldn't get it open in time, and the second she had it open, and the second Karrion probably down to here, was out the door. Again, you have to be out with both feet hitting the floor to win. So 2 hands on the floor, that don't count. 2 feet need to be on the floor to win. Karrion Kross, like, here and up was out the door. And then I think one of Karrion Kross's feet was on the stairs, ready to get out, and then Drew McIntyre climbed from halfway down and jumped off. And Drew won, which I'm very happy about because Drew is my man. I love Drew McIntyre. Yeah. So, I'm happy that Drew won. I do like Karrion Kross and Scarlett, though. Like, Drew needed to win that. And I'm very happy that he did. Anyway, the next match was the OC, which is AJ Styles, Luke Gallows, and Carl Anderson. And the Judgment Day, which is Finn Balor, Damian Priest, and Dominic Mysterio. Obviously, with Rhea Ripley at ringside. Again. 14 minutes. The Judgment Day won again. Rhea Ripley. I love her. She's one of my favorites. But I'm kind of like getting like kind of annoyed. I get it. Like I said, it's wrestling. But like Rhea Ripley is like, she's always going low with the low blows to everybody. All the men. So I'm very happy. Spoilers. I should have said this at the beginning of the video. But it is what it is. If you guys watched Monday Night Raw, obviously Monday night, you would have saw that the OC brought in someone returning to WWE to deal with the Rhea Ripley problem. And that is Mia Yim. So Mia Yim came out, attacked Rhea Ripley, and OC and the OC and Mia Yim stood tall. And obviously that wasn't a match. That was just like a brawl. But yeah, finally they have someone that can take care of the Rhea Ripley problem. Which, again, love Rhea Ripley. She's a queen, but she needs to get it handed to her. I have to say that. Again, love her, but the Mia Yim, I've been waiting for someone like her to come back and, like, you know what? Yeah, that's it. Just, yeah, beat up Rhea Ripley pretty much. But anyway, the next match was Braun Strowman versus Omos. Braun Strowman won, which I was expecting it, yes, but my mom watched it with me. She didn't watch the first 4 matches because she wasn't home to see it, so she only watched like the first 3, or she missed the first 3.5. She got home because she went to a birthday party with my dad, because my dad's a bus driver, and they went to a birthday party for one of my dad's kids on his school bus, and they got home about halfway through the Judgment Day's match. And I ended up going upstairs and watching the rest of it with my mom. And so my mom was very surprised that Braun Strowman won. So me, I was pretty surprised, yes, but I was also expecting it. So I was like, not that surprised. Not as surprised as my mom was. But yeah, Braun Strowman won in 7 minutes and 20 seconds. And the next match was the Brawling Brutes versus the Usos for the Undisputed Tag Team titles. In 10 minutes and 45 seconds, of course. 10 minutes and 45 seconds. Of course, the Usos won. So, there's that. And the next match is the last women's standing match for the Raw Women's Championship. It was Bianca Belair versus Bayley. My girl Bianca won. I mean, I love Bayley. She's also part of Damage Control. So, like I said earlier in the video, I love Damage Control. Like, love them to death. Queens, but... So, I obviously love Bayley as well. But Bianca, I love her even more. Like, she's phenomenal. So that lasted 20 minutes and 20 seconds. And the final match of the night, or of the day, was... I loved this match. This is definitely the match of the show. Maybe even match of the year for me. It was Logan Paul versus Roman Reigns for the Undisputed Universal Championship. It's also the longest match of the show, which was 24 minutes and 50 seconds. Roman Reigns won. However... I really wanted Logan to win. I love me some Roman Reigns. Like, I've been a fan of his since I first became a WWE fan back in 2016 of July. July of 2016, that's what I meant to say. But obviously I wanted Logan Paul to win because it would have been cool to see him win, honestly. I know he's not the most liked person. I know he's a very controversial celebrity, but yeah, I'm a huge fan of Logan Paul, actually. So I really wanted him to win, but again, Roman won, of course. He's pretty much unstoppable at this point. And I definitely don't see him losing the title at all this year. And maybe even halfway through next year, too. So, yeah. Roman won, but Logan Paul, he killed that. I'm telling you, like... And Jake Paul actually made an appearance, too, Logan's brother. And honestly, I really want to see Logan Paul and Jake Paul team up and take on the Usos for the tag team titles at WrestleMania, if they don't lose them by then. So I would actually be willing to see that. I would love that. Anyway... So that's it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed it, give this video a thumbs up. And subscribe if you like to see more content from me. I'm trying to speak, like, way more, like, slower, so it's like really not really mumbling the entire time. But yeah, we'll see you guys next week for another video. So bye guys.